Hello, everybody. I just want to make a quick little video that I want to make a realistic video, as Martel shared this time around, and that is job insecurity. You know what I'm saying? Job, like, you know what I'm saying? Especially living in a right to work state, fire at will state. So that means, oh, I'm hungry. Keep it in simple terms. I mean, if a job just somehow out of the blue want to fire you, or just because they ain't gotta have no reason, no excuse why they want to fire you. They just do, especially I live in a right to work state. So I want to follow up. Why even okay? Let's pass the hard part. If everybody have jobs, but how are you supposed to stay at a job that could easily terminate you, fire you, lay you off, and all that without no second opinion, without no second fault? Then you're back to being at square one. That literally happened to me on so many different occasions, and I'm trying to be careful not to come off angry and bitter, but it is for what it is because it affects my, it puts me in the hole financially. And then what I'm supposed to say, especially I'm thankful I live in a low income disability household, but here's the problem with that. I got, I always got to report my incomes and taxes and stuff like that. Any kind of income, but here's the problem with that. And that is you get fired for no reason, or you get laid off for no reason, or you get harassed by employees and management. And this will be kind of controversial. What I'm going to say about this, it will be very controversial. Dealing with abusive workforce, it's like dealing with abusive relationship. You know what I'm saying? Especially it affects your livelihood, affects your income, affects your life in a negative way. What's your thoughts on that? Get fired for no reason. That's how problematic it is in America with the right to work state. It especially affects your income in a negative, in a very, very negative way. And I've been like that for nearly 20 years, off and on jobs, off and on jobs. Either I get harassed, I get fired for no reason, disrespected for no reason, you know what I'm saying? Especially it's already hard enough with living with a disability, you know what I'm saying? And I don't expect the idiots to understand this, you know what I'm saying? But I do understand, especially always have fear. Like that's literally happened to me every day. I always have to worry will they fire me for no reason. You know what I'm saying? I ain't did nothing wrong. I'm always home time. I always, take my breaks accordingly and all that. I'm very thankful for the 30-minute breaks. These other jobs give you like 15-minute breaks. That ain't crap, you know what I'm saying? And especially in my case, you know, I live in a small, racist, prejudiced kind of town. You know what I'm saying? They're very prejudiced against blacks and minorities and people. Also, even worse, deal with ableism, dealing with those with disabilities and all that. Or just go get a job. I hate to say that negatively about Americans, despite I'm American myself. It's very ignorant and naive to hear Americans bash on another American. Why don't you just get a job? Why don't you keep a job? You hear idiots like that all the time. You don't even know their struggles. You don't even take time to even hear their stories, anything. You know what I'm saying? So I understand. I deal with a lot of prejudice. I deal with racism. I deal with sexism. Especially sad to say, a lot of not being prejudiced or anything, but it does affect my line of business. Hurts me overall that deal with women establishments that want to take it out on men, innocent men. They ain't they ain't for that. Yeah, and I'm just saying, like, how are you supposed to pay bills? How are you supposed to take care of your debts if you had to worry getting fired or get laid off or anything? You know what I'm saying? You know, and I want to be real with the audience. You know what I'm saying? And I deal with bad case anxiety. That's what I do. And it makes me mad because if you can't even trust a job that you can rely on for survival, it affects your livelihood in a very negative way. What can you say? It affects you financially. How are you supposed to get a car if the job, so you gotta be responsible. You will be responsible for that. It doesn't care if you lost your job or not. Same way with my apartment. I'm very thankful to the degree it eats up majority of my disability money. and I had to pay my bills, and it ain't cheap. And none of these programs, why don't you all these programs to help people with disabilities? They don't. It's not like that here. They're not willing to help people with disabilities here. Excuse me. Yeah, here's the problem with it. There is no so-called disability work program. There is here, but here's the problem with that. They're incompetent. They're lazy. They do bare minimum. They didn't even help me find a job. I had to find this job that I'm currently on now on my own. I literally have to write a bad report on them. Like, they gave me a survey of how I really think about their services. I said, I literally put down you're trash. I should not say that. You know. Sorry. Excuse me for one moment. It's on my throat. Yes, there you go. As I was saying, what can you do if you can't rely on a job? You can't rely on these programs and work agencies and all that. That's exactly where I'm at. And before you idiots judge me, take the time out to actually know me. Before you judge people with disabilities, you know what I'm saying, work at a dead right to work state, you know what I'm saying, or I call it fire at will state. And it hurts taxpayers too, because I'm also a taxpayer. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, what happens if you can't rely on a job? Job insecurity. Mark those out.